establish a purpose. Now your film brings that out before our group. Would you talk a little bit more about why you started the movement, what the motivations were?
Why I started this movement, actually that movement started me to start thinking in a different way in this lab, because earlier I was living a normal life, and when I realized I'm not happy, I'm restless, and I'm angry from inside as a child in the school, as a student in my college, and as a sportsman in the ground, why I'm angry, why I'm not normal, and why I'm facing all these things. So the situations made me uncomfortable, and that uncomfortable situations, created that moment, and I realized I'm not the only one. Mostly people are suffering with this discrimination, injustice in the society, and I need to start something. I need to start something, start to work with the people. So that's how it's movement started, actually. And that movement, that initiative, that efforts, give me a different reason to live, and I'm happy for that. I faced that discrimination. That's why I can stand for the people now.
Well, you clearly have the values of equality and justice. Where'd they come from? Where'd you learn those?
I think for people like us, there's nothing to learn from the books. I think people are learning from us, what is the meaning of injustice, because I think people at the bottom can tell what is the actual meaning of justice and what is the actual meaning of injustice. So we learn injustice and these values from our life. And now I'm telling back to the society what is injustice. Yeah.
So many people want to start something, but they don't know how to start something. How did you start the movement? What was your idea? Who did you talk to? How did this all begin?
I think, yeah, most of the people, think like that, let's finish this work first. Let's raise this much amount money first. Let's get the degree. Let's get me married first. Then we will start something. We'll get some time. But I think whatever we have right now, just start with that, as we did. We started with like a cricket team in my ghetto. I said the team of sanitation workers. We started there. So that time, we played without shoes, no shoes. Even sometimes, I wear my mother's slipper, and no pads, no bat, nothing like that. So we managed to do that. It's because that was not about the material to play. That was all about the spirit to play and the hard work in the ground. And we did that without this material, without sports equipments, and we won different games. And then I realized, I think we can, if we win this match, without proper equipments, we can also do many things with that. Because if we have a good idea, good thoughts, and good intention to do good thing, then let's start it. What we are waiting for.
You've mentioned to me before multiple times about this moment with cricket. In our work, we read True North by Bill George, who talks about crucibles and inflection moments and what inspires people to accomplish things. And talk more about why cricket was important. This team you started when you couldn't be on the team at your school because you were a son of a sweeper, started your own team. What did that mean? What came out of that? I know the answer, but I think the audience needs to hear the answer.
Actually, in my ghetto that time, very good player, very good players in my ghetto, but we never played together. We never played together because due to these equipments, due to this unity, we never played together. And other people, upper castes, took this opportunity. When they want to play, they took best player from our ghetto to win the match. Then I realized they are using our players to win the match, and they hate us, they don't like us, but still they can see some values in that. They are using our power, our values to win the game. So why we are not starting this? So then I encouraged people to start. I said, okay, we have one rule: don't play with others. Okay, don't play for others. And this is our team, and we will play together and we will win together because we have a different identity, and we will make our community proud by winning these games. That's how we started that.
But you not only played together, you won the citywide tournament.
Yeah.
And you made the sweeper community very proud of you young men. And I think you also related to me that you demonstrated with that unity of that team that you could be champions. Less resourced, less supported, but you could be champions, and you were champions. And that caused you to think about what?
I think it's about getting together, working together. It's like working together is success. And we won the tournament twice. And when we won the second tournament championship in the city, so then that was a shame for the city actually. These untouchable people won. They are the winners of the city, and we are rich people. We have all the stuff, and we lost the game. So they decided to make a team of 11 people, 11 best players from the city. They made a special team, and they challenged us, to come and play with us now. We are challenging you again. And they said, okay, we're born to play. We'll play with you. And we accepted the challenge. And again, we won the match, the third match, So that time, this became like, oh, they are the popular best player in the city. And we got that, identity, the best player of the city at our ghetto that time.
It's a great story. I think about it often. You have a unique approach to what you're attacking here. And many people we've seen attack poverty, like wanting to educate young children. They focus on the young children. That's not your focus. From the film and what you've talked to me about before, you've got a community focus. You're focused on young children, but you're also focused on these young men who finish, or women who finish grade 10 and don't know what to do. You're focused on parents and helping the parents understand how to educate their children, the power of education, the power of a different future. Talk a little bit about this wonderful idea you have that you've conceptualized with friends about attacking this as a community solution. And why is that important? Why attacking as community? Why is that important in India?
Yeah, actually, focusing on community is very important thing. I didn't learn this thing from the books, but to the practice, I learned about that. In my own ghetto, when I was talking with some students and encouraging them to get admission into higher education, and but their parents don't want me to do that. They said, "Hey, don't go to the Vimal. You will spoil your life." Because he's like a social worker, he's not following their parents, things. They are not following the rituals of the community, like animal sacrifice or other stuff, because I was against all these social issues. So don't go to the Vimal. He will spoil you. He will change your track. So I didn't get support from the parents to do that. And the parents is more important for a child, for a person. But anyhow, I help a student to get admission into for the master's program. And when he got the admission, the parents starts liking me. Means they invited me at home once. They said, Vimal, my parents is willing to call you for the dinner tonight. I said, maybe, but they don't like me. Why they're calling me for dinner? He said, yo, please come. Then they arranged a delicious dinner for me. And they said, thank you so much for doing this. And because we can't believe someone is coming and helping us like that. Because mostly politicians coming for the votes, mostly the other religious to convert us in different religions like that. But no one is coming here to support us in an actual manner. And you did that. So you changed our perspective. So then I realized, the community, parents engagement, family engagement is more important to them, because that will support the student for the studies. That's why I'm focusing the community. Yeah.
So let's talk about impact for a minute. You're about 10 years old now, correct? The movement's 10 years old?
No.
10 years old now?
I am.
No, the movement. Didn't it start in 2012?
Yeah.
2012, so
Yeah.
10 years old.
Yeah.
So how many centers do you have?
We have 6 centers now,
6.
6 centers.
How many students have finished your program?
It's ongoing. There's no finish in that.
Okay.
In the we have just admission. There is no graduation in our program because this is a lifetime engagement. When you get into a social movement, and you are connected with the community, you be the part of the community. And as I joined you, so I'm just still in. So
How many are lifetime committed right now?
It's a lifetime commitment to come and learn and go back and serve the community, to help others. So this is a lifetime commitment. Yeah.
Roughly how many people so far?
It's like, I think more than 10,000 people, students.
10,000.
Yeah. 10,000 students. Yeah.
And
Benefited.
talk about some of your successes. Did this young woman go to medical school?
Yeah. Yes. She's going to, she's going to be a
complete?
doctor.
Is she completed?
Yeah. No, she is complete. She's in the process.
Wonderful. Talk about some of your successes of some of your lifetime committed members.
So standing in front of you at this moment and talking about my people here and getting your time, your precious time here, to understand the movement, to support the movement is the success. Every step is a success for me, actually.
So 10,000 involved. How about support? Teachers in the 6 centers, other business leaders in the 6 centers. Roughly how many people are supporting each center?
Yeah, it's like countless. We don't have any data on that because we usually don't count, but we have many success stories. This is coming in the newspapers. For example, one of our students, their family want him to join the municipality, as a sanitation worker or other work like that, but he denied because he was spoiled by Vimal Kumar. And his father was not happy with me all the time. Hey, don't stand with this person. So now that boy is an entrepreneur and he started the fish farming. He's the first person from my community in that area who started the fish farming. And now he's leading the 8 ponds, 8 ponds in different locations. And he started his own business account and business, business entrepreneurship. And now he's leading and also helping others to start the same business. So this is happening, at different levels. Yeah.
Now, as I understand it, in your centers, there's 3 major focuses.
Yeah.
One is education, and you've talked about that.
Yeah.
So the students come, they're tutored, they focus on education so they can compete like this young lady in the public schools. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about the second part of it is leadership. So talk about what you're doing there, please.
I think leadership it's like a practice. Leadership is a practice. Every day I'm learning, I'm implementing new ideas, and I'm also learning from these new ideas, new things, and rethinking again, and implementing ideas again. It's like that. And this leadership is not only about me. It's not me. Every teacher, every person engaged in the movement, they are practicing leadership because they are challenging themselves with their traditional work, and they are also challenging the system every day because they are breaking that cycle. They are breaking that cycle through their leadership. Yeah.
And are the students being taught leadership, and how are you doing that?
I think we are not teaching leadership. We are allowing them to practice leadership again. We usually ask people actually, for example, in one city, someone have idea, someone had an idea to work with the community, and we ask them actually, the people, what is your idea? How you want to develop the community? How you want to support the community? And they come with the new ideas, and we sit together, and we allow them to implement their ideas like that. Yeah. So maybe because I don't have a superpower, maybe more potential people is around. So I always give space to the other voices to get better ideas.
Well, those of us in the lab that know you think you have superpower. It's called courage. You have moral courage to stand up. The third piece in the, as I understand it, the centers is about entrepreneurs, developing young men and women like this fish. Yeah. So talk a little bit how you're building young business leaders and young entrepreneurs.
Yeah, it's like that. The fish farming is the best example I already gave to you. And in the film also you see the one of our fellow Geeta. She was working as a sanitation worker in the houses, like a domestic sweeper. So she became our fellow. We gave them leadership workshop fellowship. And now she is she started a shop, grocery shop at the same place. So now she started a small business. But after seeing that business, other people also started small shops. One person is selling boiled eggs in the evening. One person is doing some fries in the same places. So it's like a courage. Now they have courage to start something. They can think about that. If this lady can start a grocery store, why I can't sell the boiled eggs? So it's like a virus we are giving them. Just virus of entrepreneurship, new businesses. It's like encouragement to them. Yeah.
So you've got this movement going, 10,000 people. Do you have any political support?
No.
How are you going to get it?
I think we don't need political support. I think political people need support from us. Always, they always coming to our center. They always offering us to join the political party because they need votes. They can see the power in us now. Now they are approaching us actually. So, but we are not supporting any political party because our mission is beyond politics, beyond religion. It's more about the people.
How about financial support?
It's a community-led movement, totally 100%. We have individual supporters around the world. Some people I never met, they are just following on social media. And they said, hey, Vimal, I'm following your work since last 5 years. And it looks good. Now I would like to support you. I said, okay, you can support. How? So recently I received a message of one lady from Australia. And she said, Vimal, I want to donate some caps to your movement. I said, yes, welcome, but please add logo of our movement on the cap. So she's sending caps to us. So different types of supports we are getting from the different part of the country. And we never met. The only connection is they like our work and we love their support.
How about legal support? You're concerned about the assurances, the protections of the workers. They're in horrible conditions, but it's been outlawed, but the law is not enforced. Are you, through this movement, are you compelling any legal support?
Yeah, it's a difficult question, by the way, because this is the responsibility of government. They are government employee, and when someone die in the sewage, this is government's responsibility to compensate them financially. But there is a lot of things. I want to tell, this is the only occupation in this world, according to my understanding, where the salary is decreasing. Salary is decreased now. So it's like 10 years ago, the sanitation workers was working like 40,000 per month salary for 40,000 rupees. Now the sanitation workers are working in 10,000 rupees per month. So everything is increasing, but the salary of sanitation worker is decreasing. So it's because government is not taking them as their employees because they are hiring contractors. It's like just hire the cheaper labor, and just because unemployment, they are getting cheaper labor and not machines. So yeah.
In the beginning of the film, you talk about the lack of protection for the sweepers, gloves, masks, sanitation gear. Has the movement been able to provide any of safety equipment to the people who are doing the work?
Yes, actually, we are not financially very strong to provide all the people to that, safety equipment. So that we are not financially enough, but we able to encourage them to speak for their rights during pandemic. So one of a few of our leaders in Solan Center, Himachal Pradesh, we encourage them to, okay, stop working. This is COVID time, stop working and demand for your safety first. Then you start working. So they, they start strike. They put on strike on that. And they said, we will not work. First provide us safety equipments, then government provides them the safety equipments, and then they start working. So I think we don't have enough money, but we have enough voice, to stand for this social injustice. Yeah.
Is the movement gaining awareness beyond the 6 centers in the southern part of India and other extreme parts away from the centers? Are people becoming more aware? Do they know of your work? Do you plan to open more centers? Where are you right now with awareness?
Yeah, actually, we go through social media posts, and we are posting all our activities every day in the social media. So we are receiving more requests from the different part of the country, not even in India, but also from Bangladesh, also from Nepal, in the surrounding countries of it, because they can see some hope in this moment like that. And yes, if we have money, we can open, everywhere a center in every district of India. We can start our centers, if we have money, but we have limited resources. So we have to think about before going beyond this. Yeah.
So how can our guests tonight, people online, Arizona State University, how can we help the movement?
I think you are listening to me and watching this documentary and getting understanding about this. This is already helpful to us because now you have the idea. And you can also work as a volunteer with us in India. If you have time, you can send some books. Yes. And you can also support our students, those are in India, to get admission here in good universities so they can get good education and they will go back and support their families, their community, like that. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to turn to the audience and ask them for some questions. I'm sure everybody's waiting to do that. I have one question I have to ask though. At Barakpur, did you reopen the center? Are they meeting your expectations now?
Not yet, but I received some calls from there. They said we realized that it was a big loss for all of us. Now we are realizing education is important for us. So can you please come again and visit us, and we'll sit together and reopen the center at the Barakpur. So that's why I mentioned we put the seeds of hope, and one day they will come, and it starts coming actually. Yeah, I'm hopeful for that.
We hope it gets open quickly. Okay, how about some questions from you folks?
Thank you so much. Vimal, my question for you, in the film, it talked about how you spent a year living in the community before the center opened to build trust. And I'd love to learn more about what that experience was like and how you approached it, and then how the outcome of the loss of the center has influenced the way you've approached entering into and building trust in other communities.
Yeah, actually, great question, actually, good question. And that changed many things in me, actually, after staying 1 year at that place. And when I stayed with the community, it was good for me to learn the things, but slowly people, started to take me lightly. Means, I don't know why he's staying with us here. Maybe what is his intention like that? Maybe he's like unemployed like that. It means, staying with the people, I got this experience. And especially that place is quite dangerous. Means like, if you see in the documentary, at some places my voice is high and some places my voice is low. So when you see the Barakpur, my voice was low because I was surrounded by goons, So every day there's shooting going on and they have all, goons with guns surrounded that area. And they control that area actually. They work with the politicians there. So that was like a life threat actually by staying there. Again, when I left that place and start living here in DC, America, and started to raise the voice of movement, then it's become more powerful. Then they say, oh, He's not normal. He's not like us. He's different. He's staying in America. He's, so that gave me power actually. So that's why they are rethinking again. Oh, we should start the thing same. We should give one more chance to do this practice again at the center. Yeah.
We have a question from some of our participants online. Someone asking for you, Dr. Kumar, where you take inspiration to fight, and if there's specifically a leader in Indian society who has inspired you, and they asked specifically about Dr. Ambedkar's.
Yeah, it's a good question actually. So my inspirations comes from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who played a great role to write our constitution in India. And he was the first, untouchable from India who got higher education abroad and studied London School of Economics and Columbia, completed his PhD, and was the most educated person in that Asian society that time. So because he decided to go back, after getting all this education and status, he decided to go back to the people and work with them and stand with them for the social justice. So my inspirations comes from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar.
Vimal, I'm Edward O'Donnell. I met you several years ago when you first came to the United States as the next generation leader, and I haven't seen you, but it's an honor to be with you, and congratulations on all you've achieved. It's really inspiring. But my question is, in the organization where you worked here in the United States, what did you take away from that? How did that help you? And what did you share with them? How did they learn from you? Because I'm sure they did from your experience already some years ago. What was your experience here in the United States, and how did it help?
Actually, I met different people after coming to US. I met different people, and like out of 199 people, said, why are you going back? Why are you going back to India? Everyone, the taxi driver, in the restaurant, everywhere, in the flight, people, everyone is like telling that. Why are you going back? Are you okay? People are dying to come here, and you are coming and going, coming and going. Why? You love that worst life in India? Why not staying here? I said, and yes, you said, because after coming here, I got the confidence. The most powerful thing is in this world actually is the confidence. I'm confident enough, to stand against the injustice and going back to my people, going back to that goons, to tell what you are doing is wrong. So the most important thing I got is the confidence here, and my voice become more powerful actually after coming here. So I should say, to be honest, I just spent 10 days here. I came on 7th, today's 19th. In last 10 days, many organizations, connected me. Many people trying to connect me through social media. They said, Vimal, we want to join your movement. Vimal, we want to work with you. Because we can't see any hope where we are working right now. We can see more hope in your movement. So can we join your movement? Like that. And many organizations coming forward to support. So it's, when I speak from here, from America, so the voice becomes so powerful. Yeah. And this is not only my voice. This is the voice of a movement. The movement's voice became stronger actually after coming to the US. This is the best reward for me in my life. Thank you so much for that.
I had a question, Vimal, Dr. Kumar. What were some of for the people that you were working with and they were beginning to get into leadership roles, I was wondering as I was watching the film, like what were some of their fears or anxieties or things that they had to muster up courage to kind of, especially most of them seem to be women, like some of the leaders. What were some things that they had to overcome, maybe inside of them or within their own communities to actually to follow you and to do this leadership work?
Actually, this path is not easy. Actually, this is full of pain, a lot of sacrifice. We have to do that, and we have to think beyond the personal comfort for that. For example, I can give one example here. So my friend is working here. He settled in America. He came here 10 years back, and he said, "Vimal, you completed your PhD." I said, "Yes." "And how much you will get in India if you join as a professor?" I said, "I can start with like $1,000 per month if I join as an assistant professor in India." He said, "I will give you $5,000. He said, "I will give you $5,000. Come here. I will give you a house. I will give you a grocery for a month, every month, and $5,000 cash. So come and work with me at the store." It's like 5 times more than India and a good life. So these are the choices we have to make sometimes in this leadership journey. So yeah, so these are the challenging. I think this is the time to make decisions for myself also.
You can go ahead and take another question from online. And this is from Krishan Kumar, a political science student, asking specifically at how you will define the political career of scavengers in India.
Can you please repeat?
Sure. This is from Krishan Kumar, a political science student, asking how you will define the political career of scavengers in India.
I think political career is about the politicians, and I can't say anything about the politics because if I say something to support something means I will support a political party. So, but I think they should start participating in politics. They should start, contesting for the elections because they have the most powerful tool in their hand, the broom, the most powerful tool they have. And they should start their own political parties now, which I can see.
My question is, so you've been doing this movement you started this movement 10 years ago. What is the end goal for your movement, you think? Like, when is it that you can kind of hang your hat up and say that you've accomplished what you set out to accomplish? Is that eradicating the profession of being a sweeper? Is it gaining more respect for it, or something else?
Yeah, the final goal is like, if you see the logo of our movement, like MSC, so we are breaking the broom actually in the logo. It's like a broken broom. And broom is the symbol of oppression. And broom is the symbol of stigma. Means if you're born in a particular community, you have to do this work. Means you must be like that. You must be a sanitation worker if you are born in a particular caste. So we are breaking that system, and we are making sure the next generation in my community, a businessman, a entrepreneur or shopkeeper, whatever, doctor, engineer will born, but sanitation workers will not born in this particular caste. This is what we are trying to make sure.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very inspiring story. I somehow imagine the war. This how I frame somehow the war is an imagined order. Okay, so in this imaginary order, there is the order of your reality and the order of the politicians and other people who are perhaps in a better position. Okay, so how could you, in this imaginary order, what are the linkages that will connect these words? Because somehow and this is expression like they are living in different reality, and that is really powerful because in fact, people are living different realities. So how do you perceive, what are the linkages, the connection that can perhaps connect in a stronger way with the rest of the society, or perhaps the politicians, because this is when perhaps you could upskill your whole job or task.
I think first we need to understand what is politics and what is the meaning of politician. You know, what is the job of politician? Can you please tell me, if I ask, according to your understanding, what is the work of a politician? Why people become politician? What? Supposed to lead what? Yeah, so it's in a simple way, you know, who the politicians are social worker, basically, technically, if you see that, because they are willing to serve the society, they are willing to help the people, you know, and they said they approach everywhere everywhere. So I have this plan for you, and I can help you in this in a better way. I will be honest. I will not do corruption and everything. Please give me a chance to do these things. And people choose them to work, right? They are not coming and telling, I'm going to lead you. People are choosing them. So now, if politicians are bad, this is not the problem of politician. This is the problem of people, because they are choosing them to do, because we have the voting rights. Why we are not choosing a good person? Why we are selling our votes? Why we are taking bottle of alcohol and giving vote to a particular person? Why we are getting money to give the vote? So I think it's more about people, you know, spread awareness to tell people, choose a right person. You have a powerful, you have power in your hand, the vote, choose the right person to lead you. Don't blame one politician. Just spread the awareness with the people. Choose the right person. I hope it helped.
Thank you very much for such an inspiring and moving presentation. I'm wondering, picking up sort of where the film leaves off a little bit with the pandemic, and given, you know, you're talking about sanitation workers and just the importance of sanitation that's been made so clear by the pandemic. I'm wondering if you perceived any change in people's perception of the communities that you've been a part of as a result of the pandemic, or whether you feel like, as in so many societies, we've sort of gone back to the way things were before very quickly. I'd just be interested to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's a good question. You raised the point of pandemic. I was there in Washington, D.C. that time during pandemic, and I was sitting alone at my house all the time and sitting, my people are dying in India, and what I'm doing here, you know, I have few money savings in my account. And so I requested, you know, journal and ambassador that time, say, I want to support my people there right now. And he said, okay, what is your idea? I said, this is my idea. I want to support that. And at the same time, my people, you know, the community leaders, the center was closed that time during the pandemic. And they said, sir, center is closed. We don't have anything to do. We are all at home. We can't go out, and we are just at home. I said, you are leaders. What are you doing at home? Go do something for the people. Go and do something for the people. They said, what? They said, many, you know, migrant, you know, labor stuck there due to that transportation, and they don't have food. So let's start a community kitchen. So we started Jai Bhim Community Kitchen that time, a free food for everyone, not only for the sanitation worker. I said, you will cook the food, And I'm sending some money from here to you, buy some stuff, grocery items, cook the food, and give to the people, the needy people. And they start giving food to the needy people that time. So it's like a 10 days program they run like that. And they said, oh, yes, now we are like a leader. We are not like victim of the pandemic. We are the COVID warrior, actually. They felt like that. So we did that. They also showed the leadership during pandemic. So it's like that, we can't wait for the people, like we can't live like like a victimhood all the time. We have to get out from that victimhood and tell, oh, see, we have something to do for you. I'm not waiting for your things. I have something to do for you. Let me do that.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar. So I'm struck. You talk about leadership, and you've talked. It seems to me you're not talking about this in the usual way. Let's create people that have big jobs and make a lot of money and are powerful. I mean, that may happen. The woman who became a doctor might have a lot of money. You talked about things like, well, they're leading because they challenge themselves every day and they challenge the system. You said. You also talked about how the political leaders actually need us. We don't, and so you're changing the whole conversation, the expectation of people that we call leaders. And so I know the tagline that you've used for some of your workshops is democratizing leadership. And I'm just curious to say a little bit more about that. Does it have to do with this way of thinking about leadership, or how do you think about leadership? It doesn't feel like it's the same stuff as like just create really important people who.
Yeah, actually, when I met Eric in India, actually, that time, and I attended my first leadership workshop. So because that was the elite organization, very rich people, and I got a chance to get there. So that's why I got the chance to attend the workshop of Eric that time, the leadership workshop. And that was amazing. After spending 2 days, I asked Eric that time, I said, Eric, because we are the 20 people, lucky 20 people in India, those are getting your trainings. But there are thousands of people in the slum, they are also leader. They are working with the people. They will not get this opportunity to learn from you. They don't have access to this knowledge, which is big elite organizations have. So can we do this leadership stuff to them? Can we reach to them so they can also learn this stuff from all of us? And he said yes that time. And after coming to US again, he's changed this organization and he put the tagline below, democratizing leadership. And now we decided to give the same session we are doing in Washington, DC, the same learning, which I learned from the journal and ambassador here in the Institute ASU, and same from Eric. So we are telling the same stuff, telling the same learnings, teaching the same learnings at the grassroots levels. So we are taking that leadership stuff at the grassroots, it's like democratizing leadership now. That's why, poor people always see, oh, they are leader, they will win, they will fight the election. People don't feel, they can't see leadership in them. So we are encouraging them to see the leadership within. You all have leaders, just stand and practice like that. This is the meaning of what we are, democratizing leadership. Yes.
I have another question from.
It's going to be the last question. Go ahead, Nikki.
Yes. It's a good one to end on. So what did you most gain at the McCain Institute as a fellow, and how have you put that practice into your work?
So it's too much to tell, actually, staying here, actually I asked Journal, after spending few months here, I asked Journal, can you see any change in me? Actually, I asked the same question. And he said, you are more confident now. You are confident now. So I think this is the most important thing. I'm making people I want to make people more confident, to apply, to travel, to work, to stand, to study, to write, and this is the most important thing. And best learning is that, I felt a lot of respect, which I never felt in any institute in India, instead of Tata Institute of Social Sciences. After coming here, I felt so special actually after coming here. They received me as a leader. To be honest, one more incident, I said, before that, I never wear this suit, some marriage occasions, twice, maybe once in 10 years, once in 5 years, like that. After coming here, so I said, why this is important to wear this suit every day here? Then General said, Vimal, you are a leader and you are representing your community. So this is your responsibility to be special because you are doing a special thing. So I think I start thinking I'm special and I am responsible for a bigger movement. So I have to act, I have to stand, I have to behave. Yeah, I have to think accordingly, like that. So now I'm noble, I'm confident with that. Thank you.
Vimal, you don't have to act. You're a very authentic leader, that's for sure. When Vimal came, he already was a leader. He had amazing values. He had an incredible vision for his people. And what we saw in seminar was Vimal holding his own with leaders from around the world. And he realized that I think that he had a lot to say. And he talked about he received respect, but I would argue he showed so much respect to others that the only thing they could do is try to meet his respect halfway, because he is just that kind of a leader that is authentic, is true, has strong beliefs, and acts on those beliefs. When we open the paper, we see war in Ukraine, we see the loss of Queen Elizabeth II in England and the United Kingdom. We see these storms in the Caribbean and Puerto Rico, and we think about and hope the best for these people, and in Japan. But we have great optimism when we meet a leader like Vimal, who is making a difference for 10,000 people and more in India. And actually the movement can be global because there's so much injustice that needs movement like this to create justice. And I'm reminded as we close that there's a great American tennis player named Arthur Ashe, a great philanthropist. And Arthur Ashe said, start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. And that's what Vimal does every day. He's not waiting for $100 million and 100 million people and a huge political, legal, economic movement to get behind him. It's the difference in one person every day that he's accomplishing and sets an example for all of us. And we're proud at ASU and our lab that we could stand with you, brother, and push you forward as best we can. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I want to thank Ashley and Nikki, who did all the hard work, and all the team that backed us up to make tonight possible. Please visit with them all, have some pizza, have a safe drive home. Thank you all.
So I want to conclude this. I don't want to conclude this, but I want to share one very important thing. In 2015, there was a gathering in India, like gathering of poverty ending, like that, and it was like a huge crowd, like more than 500 people was there. Some catalysts, some students, some activists were there. So I was one of them, and they were giving us opportunity to talk some big people, big shots, like a catalyst, like that. So I met one person there, and I said, oh, he looks like good, he looks senior, he can help me or he can understand. So I tried to talk to him, and he said, yes, what you want from me? And I said, I don't want anything. I said, why you're here? I said, I just want to tell what I do. I just want to tell about my work. He said, okay, tell me. And it was just like 2 minutes time. And I shared about my work in 2 minutes, and he listened to me, he understand the works. We spent 1 hour together, concluded with lunch. And after that, we said bye-bye. We exchanged the visiting card. Bye-bye. That's it. Done. Meeting over. So after a month, I received a call from someone. I say, hey, one person is looking for you and he's from America. He said, who's this? He said, he's looking for you and he want to connect with you. So we had some Zoom calls there and he recorded all my story. He appointed someone to tell, to write my story. And they published the story. And I said, why are you doing? He said, because I want to tell this story to this world, what you are doing, because this is a very important thing, what you are doing. And that story published. And after that publication, many people connected with me and this documentary happened. So it was like that, the first document online story published by that person. So I would like to thank that person, and he is between us right now, that great person. So his name is Bob, sitting here. So he's the person behind this story, and still he's telling this story to this world. So I am leader, yes, but I am not a leader without all of your support. Yeah, thank you so much.